Welcome to Set the Trend podcast, where we talk about the culture, especially street culture. We really love delving into the history and everything that is iconic about our culture, which is rare groove, two-step, slow jams, R&B, soul. That's kind of our speciality.
That's our groove. That's our thing.
It's the MO.
Thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So my co-hosts are with me today. Ray is Ray, Fifth Avenue. I keep forgetting what name to use these days. I got about five. Reggie Heavy Styles on my left-hand side. How are you, sir?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you, sir. I'm not too bad. All good. It's been a good, well, at the time of us recording this, good weekend. Kansas City Chiefs won. Big up Mahomes.
What do you know about Kansas City Chiefs?
NFL team, Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, but what do you know about them?
What do you mean? I watch Monday Night Football, you know.
Oh, is that what you do?
A lot.
You got time on your hands?
I won't say time. You make time, innit? And then you pay for it in the morning. But it's been a good week. I mean, I'm very happy to say and see that Jazzy B and Soul II Soul won Best Lifetime Achievement Award at the Mobile Awards.
Well deserved.
Yeah, and considering they were the first, I think they were the first people to receive an award at the first ever Mobile Awards. Wasn't it Scala they did it in?
No, it
20 whatever years ago.
It was over in Covent Garden.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah.
Covent
Congratulations to Jazzy and all the team.
And then it was 20 years of garage, wasn't it?
Yes, as well. 20 years. That was a phenomenal.
Big up my garage family as well.
Yeah.
Large up yourselves. It was good. What you been up to East? Mr. EastEnder, should I say?
What I've been up to.
Busy on your concert stuff?
Busy doing concerts and talking about concerts and Grammys. What was it yesterday? Usher. Big love to Freddie Maestro. 30 years ago, brought over Usher.
That's correct.
Got to give him his flowers for doing that.
Do you know, I didn't know that.
He was the first promoter to do that.
I didn't know
First
that.
promoter to do...
And he's in your family?
Stratford Rex, yes he is. Yeah, Stratford Rex. And the other club over in Tottenham, Junior Jam. What was that one by the...
By Tottenham High Street, opposite the police station.
Yeah.
Yes.
Temple.
Yeah. That Junior Jam day was a very special day 30 years ago. So yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know.
Just want to shout out Freddie Maestro for
It
that
just
one,
goes to show, you know, where
we
and
come
how
from.
things,
How far we
progress.
come from, and it's good, isn't it?
And us just
massive.
still keeping it black.
Yeah. And the halftime performance.
Yeah, halftime performance. Love it.
It's funny because I only saw the clips, but it's only when you go into YouTube and then you watch the whole thing and you're like, but wait, and then you see the Munchkin. You saw the Munchkin pop up, yeah?
No, you're strong enough to call him the Munchkin. I'm not.
Yeah. I can't really say too much about that one. You know,
Jermaine Dupree. Jermaine, forgive me. We're brethrens anyway, so I can talk about him like that. Today we've got a good show. He's one of the guests that we've been wanting to get into the studio for since we started. But we had to let the shows and the episodes kind of go on a bit, you know what I'm saying to you, to kind of get us out there. But he was at the top 3 on the list. We're not saying what order it was, but he was
definitely
because
on
the top 3 is like top 1s anyway. You know what I'm saying to you. He's definitely an iconic figure in the scene. He's definitely someone who's carried the art of MCing. He's carried a lot of other MCs on his shoulders, and the scene is that he's been progressive. He's kind of stood the test of time because he's kind of the last bastion of the original rare groove scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's someone who's inspired a lot of people to come and hold the mic and talk and DJ and capture people and capture people's thoughts and express it in such a way that it pulls them into the music.
Legend.
The legend, Mr. Barrington White. Or was it Barry White?
Salute, my brother. Salute.
Good evening, everybody.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Much better. To be quite honest, real good. Real good.
Good. It's good to have you in a happy space because we've got a lot of questions to ask you. I'm saying to you because as we said, as I said there, when we say legend, for those who don't know, Barry, and we're gonna go into where you started from, because it wasn't from Rare Groove. Because I'm gonna ask you if he was a Rasta, but we'll go there in a minute. But in terms of the Rare Groove scene, when was your debut on the scene? What year?
First and foremost, the brain's not too hot. It's not too good anymore. Right, I couldn't swear. Look, what I'm all about is, I don't, how can I put it? Capture things, because to me it's none. It's like, what I do is just like, for me, and this is not sounding like I'm big-headed or anything like that, it's like water for ducks back, yeah? I know you just asked me the question, I'm going to come back to that. It's like, for argument's sake, yeah? he knows how I flow with my brain, right? I'm here because of the MC, so watch this. I don't sit down and write lyrics, right?
Never have done.
I've done it once. And the once that I did that, because I wasn't too feeling good with society, and I was working for the Queen, right? And I shouldn't have been working for her. I'm only being honest, because honest, that's all I know, to be straight. Yeah, I nicked my mate's lyrics. Him said, "No walk sideways." I nicked that from him because he's not a crab, and I keep saying that to people. So I'm just straight. I just say what I got to say,
But we're going to touch on all that. We're going to touch on all that.
Okay, but right. First sound, I could tell you the first sound. I can't remember when. All I know was about 15, and that was Jalox.
Jalox.
Yeah.
And what was you doing in
Jalox?
Yeah.
MCing.
Oh, you was an MC from them.
Yeah.
So you was an MC.
No box carrier.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with people going boxing.
No, it's good for your physique. Trust me, it's good for your physique. Yeah, because muscles got brains, and it come back somewhere along the line. So yeah.
But you wasn't an MC. You was a toaster. Because that's what
All right, toaster. Oh, yeah.
Toaster. It was toaster back in the day, right?
Yeah.
It was toaster.
Toasting, yes.
So how did you get into that? And what was your MC name when you was in Jalox?
I'm going to stick with the questions. You asked me, how did I get into that? So first call is, everything about me, I'm just a vessel. Yeah? I put everything down to God. Yeah? I get told to do things and I do it. I live for God. And that's that part. Continue the story, it goes like this. I pick up the mic once and I bust two words. When I pick up the mic, I was proper shaking, not just my hand, I mean shaking.
But how did you get there? How did you get to this dance then?
Right, because Jalox, they're out of Tulsa State. Nuff Man.
And what we're talking about there, mid-70s? Late 70s?
15, do the maths. Sorry. Do the maths. I'm 63 this year, I'm 62 now.
Okay, so there we go.
Some people say, no, but I am.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
as I said, I don't sort of focus on, all I know is I was 15, so I can't tell you exactly what year that
we
was.
got that. Yeah, okay. So that was late 70s, I reckon, or mid-70s.
Right.
Quick maths, as they say.
Right.
So how did you get to that dance? What was it, a friend? Was it a party? What was it that...
One of my brethren lives in Tulsa State, where I used to run up and down with him with proper clothes. When they used to have some jams, I believe, on a Friday. Whatever it was over the weekend. Boom, went there. The guy who used to play the set is a guy called Raymond Felix, yeah? Boom. Went there, he's playing the set, I picked the mic up, started talking, blah, blah, blah. They thought I was good. I don't think anything. I just done what I was told to do, right? Boom. So that was in the Jalox circle.
So what kind of style was you doing then? Ripipi Pong?
It must have been a you.
Watch it. This is also going to give you a question. This also might give you an answer to a question what might come up. You said, what did I do? Well, I did back then what Daddy Mikey did. Because that was my name.
Daddy Mikey.
Yes, my name back there was
So you
Daddy
didn't
Mikey.
steal a style off a you,
Yeah,
Roy, a you,
right,
Roy, or an I, Roy.
Right.
or
All
something.
of them, man, all of the above what you just mentioned, yes, I love them to death. My man who used to bust a joke. Cause my brain's bad, seriously, my brain's bad. It's Colonel. Come and help me out, guys. You don't know them MCs back in there.
No, not that.
Admiral Bailey.
Admiral Bailey.
Admiral Bailey.
Okay.
I love him to death.
Go on, Jay, are you there?
Love him to death. Who else? You lot could throw up some names and I'll tell you. Go on. Throw up some names. Basically, all of them, man, they're from the era that.
Lone Ranger,
Stitchy,
Nicodemus,
Lone Ranger,
Charlie Chaplin,
Charlie Chaplin.
Johnny Ringo.
Supercat.
Oh, my man, one of my top man was Brigadier Jerry.
Okay.
Brigadier.
Jerry.
Yes.
Yes.
We could go on, but let's not. You lot just keep throwing.
So you didn't have a particular style then. It was just top eight. It was off the top of your head, and there wasn't a style to you. You was just more talking or lyrics, or a combination of both.
Right. To answer that question, I simply got to say, number one, I don't write down, and when you say lyrics,
Freestyle.
I can't even really answer that question for the simple reason is anything that come into my head, I'll say. Yeah? If it makes sense, it's good sense. Right? Not only that, no disrespect going out to any MC who write lyrics. I've written lyrics. Yeah, so I know about lyrics. Right? I don't think lyrics really makes you as an MC. Yeah? Some MC would do it in the style of just a story. Some would do it and add their jokes. Me, I don't focus on none. I go out to enjoy myself, yeah, and I do enjoy myself.
You know,
and I want to see people dance and raving, so I'll do anything, well, almost anything, to make sure that they enjoy themselves.
It's interesting you saying that because I remember when I first was on the sound system in my bedroom, Brink sound system, and I used to try to impersonate Stone Love. Repo, and it's like, yeah, reaching out to our ladies, blah 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 blah. And I brought that style into when I was DJing out. So when I started to DJ out, I started to do that. People said to me, "Oh, well, you're copying Stone Love. You got to have your own kind of thing." But you didn't do that. You weren't like around sound system with your mates, getting doing sessions. So you went straight into the gigs, literally.
Like I said, I can't zone in on anybody and say, yeah, I want to be like him and copy his style. I listen to all of them. And it's like a sieve. I sieve out what I think is me and what's not me, I leave alone. And that's just how I am.
So did Daddy Mikey start to grow locks or was he just straight like more than what was it? What was it? Because I presume by the name of Jalocks, it was a Rastaman sound.
Yeah. It was a Rastaman sound, and yes, the answer to your question is I did have locks.
There we go.
Did you grow them long? So how long did they get?
Well, put it like this: it's again not giving it the large. I could put it in a bun. I could put it in a bun. So yeah, it was pretty long.
So how long did you stay in that sound for? Because you were 15, so when did your journey from Jalocks change?
I can't remember. I don't log things, and I said this at the beginning. I don't log things. I just go.
Okay, because at some point, did you go into more reggae, or did you go from the reggae then into the soul?
Right. Jalocks was all about reggae, but obviously Jalocks, that type of music. So you got Rastaman type of music and whatever. Yeah. From that, it was Lovers Rock.
Okay.
Because I was, because I was in Celoid.
Okay, Celoid, yes. And Celoid was one of the biggest sounds from Brixton at the time. He went in to do LGR Records. He did the Odeas.
Yeah, Brixton.
That was a big thing. I didn't know you was in
How did you
Celoid.
manage to join?
You forgot?
No, I did forgot.
Yeah, I was in Celoid.
So how did you manage to join Celoid?
It's a Tulsil factor.
Another connection.
The ring of people, the ring of people who was around Celoid. Like, Celoid's cousin, we call each other cousin. We used to go same primary school, same secondary school. And he lived next door to my uncle. So we just grow as family. Soloid's sister is mixed up with people who I grew up with. So that's how basically I got
So how long was it? So you was in Soloid for what? A few years? 5 years?
No,
onwards?
I don't think it was that long. With full due respect. No, in a nice way and manners and respectfully. Was with Soloid and
As what? As a mic man again?
as a mic man again, right?
And they had them. Was Ricky Rankin and all that?
No,
Who
Ricky
was
was,
in
I
there?
don't think Ricky was.
He was Soloid again.
Ricky was just about.
Yeah.
I forgot their names, you know. I forgot their names.
I can't remember.
And that's not deliberately. It's just me on my head.
Yeah, because I remember some iconic dances with Saxon and Soloid and that and the thing. So I remember they had DJs, but I can't remember who they.
But what happened after that, I don't know. Another message, and this is all about speaking my truths.
Yeah.
Right. I've nicknamed this the title for tonight. He set the trend, so I'm not trying to. But I've called it Barry White speaking his truths up in his feelings. Because today has been a very emotional day today.
Right, okay.
Cool. And we're going to probably get to some of that. In fact, we will get to some of that because I know you got Mummy on the front table and Mummy's here like watching over you as well, and she's very much a part of your journey in life. So we're going to go on to talk about some of that. In terms of Soloid, so you did the Soloid thing, so then you switched again after Soloid. Was that when you went into soul? Because that was still reggae, Soloid, predominantly, well, reggae as in lovers rock, reggae, but then you went into soul at some point. Was that there, or did you go into another sound?
No.
Did you go into radio?
No, I come with my own sound.
You come with your own sound?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't even notice.
They didn't notice.
At that point, I said, I don't, like I said, another message, boom. I said, okay. And I honestly, like I said, I can't backtrack and remember dates, but by then, I think I already bust my first garage. I left school at 16. I went into...
And when you say your first garage, you
spray cars.
Spray cars,
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
Have your own business. You're an entrepreneur from young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was earning money, my own money. So I said to myself, I said to my mate, blah, 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 blah. So he said, all right. And I'm not sure if it was at that point, like when Chuak amps,
Chuak,
like was the thing to have.
Yeah.
I said, all right. When I want it, boom, and we got them, right? And we went out. That was Mighty Diamonds.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Mighty Diamonds, Paul Richards. He was the first selector. And then Stubbs. Stubbs has still got Diamonds now. Diamonds is still played. Yeah? Not giving it the large, respect and love to Stubbs. The sound was my sound. Yeah? Mighty Diamonds was playing out. When Stubbs come along, I said, I don't really like the Mighty Diamonds name. But I did love them when I was Daddy Mikey. When I was Daddy Mikey, I did love them. Right, so the name wasn't nothing as a reflection of moving away from that. I just felt that it needed a change. So we renamed, revamped, and it was called High Tension.
High tension.
So that's when you
High
went into the
tension.
soul.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was that predominantly soul, or was that
When we went
mixture?
High Tension, it was predominantly soul.
I actually remember the Flyers.
Yeah, high
Because we used to play a lot with Scully's sound.
Scully, yeah.
BT?
Not Downbeat.
BT Express.
BT Express.
Express.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what was Tim's sound?
Touch of Class? Or before
Nah. There was a sound from Mitchum.
Not Weber.
May his soul rest in peace.
Oh, okay.
A brother I used to go to school with, grew up from primary school. R.I.P. He's passed. His brother, you might know his brother, he's got another older brother called Dennis Mitchell. Why can't I remember the name of the sound? It's just me.
Let me come back to you.
But his sound, I don't care. His sound is out of Mitchum, yeah? And if you're going on a Saturday night, and the word was, that's the place to go, because the most girls was there. It was
one of them.
it was
sounds.
they called it off Mitchum. But I mean proper.
That was High Tension.
No, that was
That other
No,
side.
that
my
was sound.
brethren's
Was it
sound.
Weber's
We used to
sound?
play
Was it
with
Weber? Was it Webber's sound? What was Webber's sound called again? He's Mitchum geezer.
Oh, you can't remember?
No.
Phone somebody for me. Phone somebody for me. Phone Derek or one of them, man. I need to know this. I need to tell the people.
We'll text him.
Yeah, text it.
She'll do that.
Yeah, go on.
But like I said, that's when we moved from Mighty Diamonds to High Tension. Where in High Tension,
As in, was that you and Desi at the time, or was it
no,
still
no,
you?
no. Oh, let me explain that part now. So we're now High Tension. There was a sound from Elm Park, right, south side. Desi used to flex with them, those guys.
And Desi is your older brother. For those who don't know, Desi G Barry White, and Desi's your older brother. Yeah.
So just in the area itself, Saloid South, we went from Mighty Diamonds to High Tension. Desi was with a sound called, did I just mention the name?
No.
No, it wasn't Diamonds. Me can't remember.
But he's with
It went to the top of my head, it's gone. It happens a lot, right? Okay. And somehow, I think I put it to him and he said yes, and he came across and then he was the selector alongside. So there, at that point, there was 3 selectors for High Tension. So that's what High Tension was
And
based
during
on.
this time, you was always had the mic in your hand. You was always chatting lyrics.
Had you changed your name by then?
Some people say lyrics, some people say foolishness. Everybody's got a right to their own opinion.
Had you changed your name by then, or was it still Daddy Mikey?
Yes, it was still Daddy Mikey. So I could see where you're going. So you can ask me the question.
So when did it change to
Right.
Barry White then?
Right.
Or was it still on High Tension that it changed, or was it later on again?
No. From High Tension, right? I don't know how High Tension stopped because we were doing good, right? And I'm not lying, we were doing good. I just believe, like I said, I believe I'm a vessel and I'll just follow the instructions. I got introduced and brought into Touch of Class. So I went from...
Yes, and I don't want to cut you, but I know around that time, or before you went to Touch Class, wasn't you on the radio? Wasn't you on Phase O?
Yeah.
And that was a High Tension time zone, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
And Phase O was one of the biggest pirate stations at the time for South London, wasn't it? So what was you playing on there? Was soul music again?
Soul.
Was it rare groove or was it soul? What I'm trying to get at, was it a typical
You're
two-step?
trying to back me up. No, good question. I would say it was a mixture because if I'm correct, Phase 1 was the first radio station, and I think you said that, right? So I believe you got to find your way, which direction you want to go, and remember, I come from street, roads, what you would have called it, sound. Doing that and then doing radio is different. Anybody who goes with that mindset and thinks it's the same, you know what, fair enough, not going to argue, you're right to your opinion. I personally think it's different.
It's different. Yeah,
like, for instance,
definitely.
when I'm doing things in the clubs or whatsoever, because it's basically with my people, if you get the drift. When you're going radio, I believe that, that's my opinion, my get out clause, right? I believe that you've got to be, how can I put it,
P's and Q's.
colourless.
Yeah.
You could drop, which I do all the time. I'm black and I love my colour, yeah? So I would drop that. Some people actually thought I was white. But I said, no, not white, Barry White. So anyway, not in the beginning, though. That was later on. That was later on. But yeah, as you said, did do the radio work when...
And that was your first radio station. And that was your first radio station was on Phase O.
Yeah. I'm not sure if the radio part, which was with me and Desi, yeah, I'm not sure. Yes, I've just got it now.
That was prior to
Everything
Touch a
comes
Class
back.
or
It was
after?
Desi G and Barry White on the radio.
Yeah.
It was never
On Phase
intention.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Desi G and Barry White
Right,
on
okay.
Phase One.
And who else was? Can you remember other DJs on that station at the time when you was on?
Booker was Booker was
I
on
think
there?
you know the answer. No, a lot of. You know what? I applaud them.
Let's name some
because
names.
they're-
Let's name some names. So who's you ran with at the time?
Fabio, Groove Rider. It's too much of them to mention. You know.
Booker T, the Ranger.
Yeah, Booker
Booker T
T.
was on
Booker T and the Ranger.
Yeah,
The Ranger.
Yeah, that's where all of us cut our teeth. If I'm right, I mean maybe there might have been, but that I think put some of the above names that I mentioned on the map, and me and Desi was on that station with a few other people.
So why the reason? Because obviously you'd come from rubber dub, reggae, lovers rock, and now you've gone into soul. So what was the reason why you thought, let's get into soul music now? Or rare groove, whatever. Let's call it soul for now. Let's not go into the optics of rare groove and two-step and whatever. Why did you get into soul music?
Well, to answer that question,
That's where all the women was.
it's like this. Huh?
That's where all the women was.
Back then, it's not even back then. It's now. It's still happening now. It's. I think
it's never changed. The women have always
know what
held
it
up the
did?
scene. The women have always, I've always held up the scene.
You know what it did?
Yeah.
For sounds, it set the trend.
That's like now, even with Afro beats, the amount of DJs that were playing hip hop that are now Afro beats DJs because that's where the women are going to.
Yeah.
So you know, understandable.
The mindset is wherever the women are, the guys are going to follow. So
100%.
As a question, then linking on to that, you on the radio, did you find that you'd had a increase of callers and listeners because of the type of voice you have, which you know is very unique, especially in our scene. You know, I saw the power of your voice.
He wanted to say sexy, but he don't want to say that. Sexy.
it's okay. It's okay. You say that. You can say that.
No, what I was going to say is that at radio, did you find that it helped? You learned how to increase your elocution and become better at speaking. Did that help you in your dance, or did the dance, being in the dance, more influence the radio side of things, and in the way that you
You mean
presented?
like which one influenced which?
Yeah, in the way you
Right.
presented.
All right. It did give me more confidence. That's a fact. But how can I put it? Like I said, I'll switch up the thing in respect of when I'm in a dance, I'll be more voicing, more streetwise. And then when I'm doing the radio thing, I try to, I'm not saying I'm a professional in either, but I try to be more correct and handle myself better.
Right. Okay.
So when you went into Touch a Class, just give me, again, let's have a list of the kind of sounds, soul sounds that was around at that time.
Right, Touch a Class, Company, Manhattan. Touch a Class, Company, Manhattan.
Funkadelic.
Funkadelic. Special edition, yes. Those are the ones what sort of like bang.
Funky Express.
Yeah. The Brothers.
The Brothers, yes. Yeah. There was obviously
Funk,
Tony
did I
P
say
was
Funk Express?
Yeah.
Okay. Those were the main one. I said Cass Manhattan?
Yep.
Okay.
So those were the main ones at the
That
time.
mean I repeat myself? Okay.
Okay, so how did that call come then? So you've got a call from the CEO, whoever the CEO.
Yeah.
So in that sound, there was Tony, there was Tim, there was a couple of other guys as well, wasn't there? It wasn't just them.
Yeah.
Val Pacino.
Val Pacino. Who else?
What's my little short man?
Short one.
What's his name?
Which short one are you talking about?
Who's the other guy?
You mean Little Man? No,
Who gave you the call anyway? Who gave you the call? Said, yeah, excuse me, we like there's a position over here for you.
you know what? Yet again, I can't remember. All I know is, all right, I'm not going to lie. there was a little bit of rivalry with High Tension because we were still under High Tension. Me and Desi, even though it was on the radio. Let me explain. Even though when it was on the radio, it was Desi G and Barry White. Hence, I said, when I'm doing the street thing, it's one way. When we're doing the radio, it's Desi G and Barry White from High Tension. Yeah? And...
So you left on a bit of a cloud then? You was under a bit of a cloud when you left?
Not really. It's just my perception.
Was it a proper transfer? That's what we want to know.
Was it a Sol Campbell move?
Why Sol Campbell?
No, as in like from Tottenham to Arsenal. You know what I'm saying?
Where are you going?
You know what I mean? Tottenham to Arsenal. You know, Sol Campbell was controversial in it when he went from Tottenham to Arsenal. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Something else?
No.
But right, the touch of class thing. Apart from rivalry, sound, we're all from South London in a very, very tight
Brixton.
Yeah. So like a clash thing, yeah? And then you got personalities from Touch of Class, personality from, and then back in the day, our next man would kind of like look at you, and you look at him, and it's not really gelling. Somehow we gelled, and that's when Desi started selecting for Touch of Class, and I began to be an MC for Touch of Class with the other guys.
Now, Touch Class was already... There were, you would say there was probably more known than High Tension at the time? Yeah. So you've gone in there, and another of the great, I call him a great MCs, Tony Nix, and he can be intimidating at the best of times. So how did that happen when... Because usually we're in a sound, there's kind of an order, isn't there? You know what I mean? So there's a man that's the main man, and then everybody else have to fall in order after that. And when he's doing his bit, every man has to just fall in order and take a piece after he's ready to kind of give it the mic. Was it like that in Touch of Class, or was it just you guys just gelled straight away and it was just hand to hand and you were just flowing?
Right. The only way I could answer it yet again is me speaking my truths. Right. When we went across to Touch of Class, it was for a reason. We was basically brought in to do a job, to enhance Touch of Class, nothing else. Yeah. Or else we wouldn't be in Touch of Class. Touch of Class was doing what they were doing, and they were more popular, more known than what we were. Because, okay, one of my probably mistake could have been, and it happens in business sometime, if you change your name, yeah, then you got a bit, like you've worked, bill up, you call this, and then you go all the way down the bottom, and then you can come back up again and bill up, you call yourself High Tension, yeah, boom. And then we switch from that, and then I've done a lot of switching, yeah, but nevertheless, I believe they saw something in the selector, they saw something in the MC, and it's like a business merging, yeah, but going underneath the umbrella of Touch of Class.
So Tony gave you your props straight away, as in he just welcomed you straight in, and it was never a hierarchy. It was more like you were just bouncing off each other. Was it on that level?
Yeah.
So you was already Barry White by then. Yeah. So where did you get the name from, Barry White? Because obviously at some point you've changed as well from was it Daddy Mikey? You changed from Daddy Mikey to Barry White. So
you guys are good.
So, right, we've been doing this a bit long now. So how did that come about?
Right. This I do remember. Right. I'm emceeing, doing what I'm doing. Right. You know what? Being nervous is a good thing. And I've, in conversation to some MCs, right, who I talked to on a level, by the way, I got one I'm coming, bringing in, yeah? Because I ain't going to be doing this for too long. When God said...
you old?
No. But what's bigger than that? When God says, that's it.
It's your time, it's your time.
Because him run things.
Yeah.
it was, I think it was the very first time we played with Funkadelic. I didn't mention Funkadelic, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yes.
But we
Brain
mentioned
Bud.
We were.
very good, very good.
All right, then,
Skanker.
right. I have to show you this. I'm doing what I'm doing. And Dennis gone.
Don't stand up. The camera can't see you.
Dennis goes to me. Dennis stood up. Dennis, come up to me.
Yeah.
Right, and he goes,
Dennis Skanker.
Skanker.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
AKA
Lloyd Lennox
Lewis.
Lewis's brother.
Right.
Yeah. The world,
And he
former
goes to
world
me-
champion of the world. Yeah.
Yet again, not pushing out my chest or whatever. The way I was emceeing then
Was you Daddy Mikey
kinda
then?
new.
Was you still Daddy Mikey then?
I was still Daddy Mikey. Right. So he said, he basically said, no.
Rebrand time.
No,
Rebrand.
He did. He said, Barry White. He said, your name. He gave me the name. He orders. He said to me, you're Barry White.
So how did you take it at the time? Because obviously he's another sound man that's coming from over there, and he's telling you
obviously.
what you're supposed to call yourself.
He took it and ran.
Yeah, I took it and run. I felt proud because of I knew about Barry White, the artist. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's number one. Learning the game, stroke the art from South London. Like I said, speaking my truth, saying how I think it go. I have to give props to, and I usually get it wrong, so if there's anybody in the building from North and East, I usually just mix the two of them together. Right. That was one of the first place I said, this is raving. That just seemed different. It was like a different level. I used to do it in South, but when we started going over that side of the water, right, you lot know the clubs, just because you could bounce them. I said to myself, yeah, this is proper. Yeah?
And by this time, the blues dances and the warehouses, but predominantly the blues dances was just fire. You know what I mean? So you would typically have it was Friday and Saturday back in the day, if I remember right. It wasn't just Saturday night, it was Friday night and Saturday night after the clubs.
And Wednesday night.
And Wednesday night, because Wednesday night would be a wine bar, though, wouldn't it? It'd be like, it's Maxine's, and there's Maxine's. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Dennis who named me that. I got love for the man them.
Yeah, he said that to us as it goes. He did say that. He said, I mean him and that, you know.
Yeah.
So here we go again. So you're in the blues dance. I mean, my first experience of Barry White, I don't know what dance it was. We went Oasis. I think it was at Oasis or something, and we went to a blues dance afterwards. So even though Oasis finished 3-4 o'clock, we got a blues dance, you know, like what's going on? And we was over West London. When you're in a blues dance, it's very hard for you to get to the front of the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Unless you kind of are one of the in crowd at the front. The front of it is usually the like all the posse, like the regular man there, but the people of character and everything else around that. So usually you're not that bright to just want to go to the front, because it's kind of like the characters kind of own that ringer steel around the sound and everything else and around the music. And I remember just going into this dance, and I'm standing at the back of the dance, you know, and I'm hearing Touch of Class play, and I'm hearing Tony. And I hear Barry, but Tony wasn't there yet, because I think sometimes Tony used to come when he feel like it and just turn up, you know what I mean? As in turn up timekeeping wise, he used to still be there. I hear Barry on the mic, and I'm right at the back, of the blues dance, you know. And this brother going and chanting down his lyrics. And for me, because I was always a DJ anyway, first and foremost, before I came predominantly selecting.
No, what did he say? Before you come up, before you what?
I was a DJ before I came into selecting. So my head was always on, like, when I hear a DJ, I'm always, and listening. And
Can I ask you a
76
question?
was
You said DJ before you come a selector.
Mm.
So what's a DJ then?
Yeah, but we get it.
You know, MC as in like.
Well, it's an MC.
It's the Saxon. It's the Saxon.
So you was first to MC.
Yeah.
That's news for me. So this is going the right direction.
And I remember
He's got a red book. I didn't write his lyrics down.
Where is Eamon Andrews when we need it? I didn't know that. Seriously, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but don't worry about it. I was still shit, even though I was right lyrics. But anyway, well, not shit, but I wouldn't put it. But what I'm saying is that I couldn't put a face to the MC because all you could hear was the music playing and then the MC over it, but you couldn't get close enough to see it was. And then by the time that you wanted to get, it was like, am I last in this blues dance? You know what I'm saying? So I'd go. So it took me a little while before I put a face like to the name. But those blues dances back in the day, I mean, your experience of them blues dances, like the vibes of the blues dance. Tell me what was so special about a blues dance for you.
Right. In my own words, disclaimer. A lot of people round about my age have said that raving's not the same. The reason why raving's not the same, because back then there was a lot of house parties, and warehouse and things like that. The vibe that you create and you get in a warehouse and a blues dance is different to when you go to a club. That is my opinion. You could try to recreate it, but it's not going to happen. And then again, everything in life, it don't stay still. It moves on.
That's why we left.
Progresses.
That's why we left the clubs and then we went into the house parties to get that vibe.
Yeah.
It can never be. You can never recreate that vibe in a club. It's a blues dance house party. That's where that vibe is. So come on, let's hear those experiences. What did you enjoy about it?
About the blues dance, right? In a blues dance,
there must have been a favorite blues, but there must have been a favorite blues dance that stuck out in your mind.
No.
No?
No.
All right.
Come on, Barry.
The one what sticks out in my mind, and I was kind of tapping my knuckles a few seconds back because, what's the word? Not prejudice, I don't have favoritism. I don't basically have favoritism, not unless everything notches up. Yeah, ticks, all the boxes are ticked. When I mentioned East and North London, that was the first place ends that I went to and I experienced raving, and I like, whoa, yeah. The question you asked me, when, the dance, what for me, what sticks out in my mind is a dance of Kensal Rise, yeah, the carnival time, and I can't even remember, but it was like 3 days in a row. Oh, wow. It was mad.
They've talked about it on the thing. I forgot. Yeah, they've talked
about
it.
That will forever stand out in my mind.
Yeah.
Also because something was going on in my life. Yeah. Something was going on in my life at that time. So I said to myself, I'm gonna rave. Yeah. So I just raved and raved and raved. Like I said, that dance.
So did you go home?
Huh?
Did you go home?
I think we slept in the car. Something like that. That was, for me, I think that is the biggest dance. The question you asked me, sometimes we go like that, yeah? But to answer it, that's the biggest dance for me. And it will always hold a special place for me in my heart because of what was going on elsewhere. Because I just had the mindset, I don't care, I'm gonna go out, enjoy myself. Money don't mean nothing, blah, 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 blah. And I was just raving. I don't think I've gone consistently, like, boom, go out, one night, morning, afternoon.
Yeah, I think...
People's going on, people's coming back. Yeah. It was crazy.
I think for our new audiences who didn't experience those blues dances, we have to kind of tell them that it started like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, 2:00 in the morning.
And went all the way round. All the way around.
And it went round to the next day.
What was you wearing, Barry?
Next day.
What kind of style was you dressing in around them time then? Or people was dressing in general?
Right. You see, this is where I'm useless. Some MCs could talk about certain clothes and talk about the name and the brand and whatnot. I'm rubbish when it comes to that. I know how I could be a better MC. I could be a better MC, number one, if my memory was better. Like, I will see people, right? This is people, ardent ravers, and I can't remember the name. There'll be someone standing beside me. On that note, I could call a witness. Because I would give whoever's next to me, I got give him a note. William again. I just.
It's too
Yeah,
many
you
people.
can remember, yeah.
But it used to still be high fashion status because that's what I'm getting into.
Oh,
innit? At the time, the kind of fashion wear,
Yeah, especially
it was
you being
I
an
used to see you in
MC.
suits like most
Yeah,
of the
but
time.
that's what I'm saying. I don't watch things.
Okay, so you were never conscious about
More
fashion.
to the fact, no, because you're in the dance. This is just get out close again. Me, if I'm in the dance, I'm gonna start talking about trousers. I don't watch, man. I don't. So my thing then, I'll just say, all right, big up the man, them, and I'll say, big up the ladies. I'll big up the lady. I'll tell us, look good. I'd rather focus on that. No disrespect. I'm a man myself. Yeah. So.
Okay, so what drinks then was in the dance?
Oh no!
What was that?
No. Well done. Right, what drinks? In the dance back then was brandy and baby sham. In the early part.
Was that Martel?
Right, let me get this straight.
Or cognac. EJ.
Oh no,
EJ.
Ian J.
right. No, sir. No disrespect going out to anybody who drinks Ian. Different strokes for different folks. My first drink, I believe it was Martel. Not very first drink.
Yeah. But that was a style of drink.
your drink of choice.
Raving, when I started raving, because I used to work in the off license in the old front, the old front line, right?
Brixton.
I used to work in the off license,
yeah.
and I used to live next door. No, one door away from Cons, right? Cons, for everybody who don't know what Cons was, Cons was called the Blue Lagoon, right? Cons was number 6. We lived at number 8, and then the off license was right at the beginning. So you got Railton Road, and then you got Mel Road. Yeah? My dad knew the people. We're basically neighbours. I was working in there. I've got to throw this in. I cut my teeth drinking wise. My first drink, right? Somehow the bottle fell in my pocket.
Bottle of what? Somehow what bottle?
Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan.
Okay.
That was my first drink. My first drink was Captain Morgan.
That's a big bottle.
And then Martel, drinking the Martel. Someone introduced me to Courvoisier. No, leave that Courvoisier. Someone tried to introduce me to Hennessy because I noticed that it's like everybody, different shots for everyone. Didn't like Hennessy. Put me like Hennessy, no. Right? On that note, I've got to say this for all the Courvoisier drinkers. Get out close again. Just my opinion. Courvoisier don't taste the same. It doesn't taste the same. I don't even touch it.
But XO's really nice.
Yeah, but they've had that in the dance.
Right.
Oh, okay.
People knowing me or whatnot might buy me a drink and think that it's Courvoisier. Please, anybody listening, allow the Courvoisier. Right, allow the Courvoisier because it don't taste the same. It don't look the same. That's to me.
You're a Henny man.
Hennessy. I've got more Hennessy now.
Was you ever champagne?
Not really a champagne man. I find champagne in like blow it up your belly. No. Champagne's not really me. Stop. Champagne's not really me.
Yeah, but hold on. As an MC in the blues dances, you're on the microphone. Surely loads of people must have been offering you drink, champagne, blah, 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 all that type of stuff on a regular basis.
By the bottles.
By the bottle. Yeah.
Personally,
Oilless.
Personally, I think champagne is overrated. And I think champagne is more like a showful. I'll use the word showful thing. Like a status thing.
Poser's drink.
But you know what? I'll get more value out. I'll get more value, right? Out of the drinks what I just mentioned. Having said that, I moved. Hennessy's still there, but simply this.
Water.
I've been on Rare Nephew, on Rare Nephew,
So
much so. This is the truth. Like I said, I'm speaking my truth. This is the truth. I've drunk so much Rare Nephew. This is not a lie. I don't think it's doing anything for me no more. No, I'm being serious.
You're immune.
I've got to drink a lot.
You're immune from it.
All right, well, let's
got to
get
drink
to
on
where
that
that went
bus.
because Ray Nephew's further down the line, though. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you're in touch of class now, so we cover that. What happened? Because obviously you split from touch of class, or you came out of touch of class, or something happened. How did you and Desi depart?
From touch of class?
Because you was a successful. I mean, touch of class was still ginormous at that time. They were the go-to street sound. So why did you? What happened with
Touch of class?
Yeah.
Respectfully, we basically just outgrew. I mean,
That's when
it's like if you sort of compare it or sort of put it on the sort of level like football, a player, right? He's reached a certain level and he's got to go to another club.
Cool. And that club was
Was it Bad
Desi
Boyz?
G Barry White. The brand was just Desi G Barry White.
So it wasn't Bad Boyz
But
then?
you went into
Bad Boyz, yes.
Before that.
Oh, okay, was that before?
no, Desi G Barry
No,
White.
man, I think it was Bad Boyz.
Okay.
Touch of class. Was it doing Bad, was it? Okay.
Yeah, Desi G Barry White.
One thing
Oh, if I'm trying to read what you're saying, it's always been Desi G and Barry White.
when the latest?
Originally,
Afterwards.
at the beginning,
Afterwards.
from High Tension. Okay, that's moved on. Touch of class, touch of class, touch of class. But when we were on the radio, right, one of my favourite artists as a child growing up was Michael Jackson. And back then, how we got the name? Bad.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Everything about that tune, the way it starts, I'm getting it now. It literally, so I say, yeah.
Bad
I
Boyz.
rate him as an artist. Yeah.
Bad Boyz.
And that tune, you know I'm bad. Everything about that tune, boom. I say, that's us.
And at that time, you then was you on Power Jam by then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Oh,
let's
we got
just talk about
Mercedes
this radio
190.
show. This was the original 6 till 9
Yeah.
show.
I remember it.
And I kid you not, it had the whole of the
Everybody
community
tuning
locked
in.
between 6 to 9 would want to know what they're playing
Yeah.
and where they're playing.
Yeah.
on
Michael,
that
don't
show.
worry, this is not.
Did you ever think that the show would become so enormous? Because Power Jam was 92
90,
FM?
yeah.
92 FM. Did you ever think that it would come so ginormous? And you got a whole heap of bookings out of that show. I'm not saying that you wasn't going to you didn't warrant it anyway. But obviously that helped cement your status as the go-to DJs as well as on the circuit. But did you really think about how big that you got? Or did you ever think that you should have gone on to a more bigger status on a legal station?
Right. That was always thrown at us. That, you should go that direction, or like, all right. Another word that people have said to me directly, they've said it collectively to the both of us, yeah? But they have said to me directly, like, basically, is the term underachieved?
Underachieved?
I'm not sure if I've got that right. Basically, I could have done a lot of bigger things. One of the, if I was to get told that I'm going to die tomorrow, one of the things I should have done, that's back then, right? I should have gone studio, yeah, because as far as I'm concerned, I had the ability then, right?
We
I'm
talking
not
about
just
records.
talking about level. I mean, on a standout level,
Yeah.
from where I'm coming from, yeah.
When you say studio, you mean record?
Like
recording.
MA did.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I
was an
believe
artist,
that.
innit?
I honestly believe that.
Yeah, because MA was an art. He used to
Right.
record upstairs from Silverton.
I didn't. Because number one, I don't watch things and I don't run down fame. I don't run down money. On that note, there's a word I used to use more often back then. Some of them I have to bring them back out again. I'm not right. Anyway, is money can't make me.
Yeah.
Me make money. Yeah, because I've always worked for myself. That was that concept, number one. The second concept of using that word or lyrics is for the simple reason is, from all the time I've known myself, that's all I've ever done. I've gone out there and I'll gamble, I'll take risk, right? I bust my own garage, I sell cars, yeah? I put on events, yeah? If something comes or someone mention or whatnot, and I think I could add something to do it, I'm in.
Because I remember, sorry to cut you, in the Supertone days when I used to be intern and I was working in Supertone, I remember a conversation briefly about you guys being considered to debt for Jenny Francis.
Yeah,
I'm sure there was something like that was going around.
That
at one point.
And Jenny Francis was on Choice.
Yeah, it was on Choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be her
And she done the slow jam. She was a slow jam, which is what
Right.
we got known for.
You're talking about when it was Choice.
Yes.
Yeah? Right. One of the guys in Choice, there goes my head again.
Neil Patrick.
Neil
Kenlock.
Kenlock.
Yeah.
Right. His brother, right? The Kenlocks are from Elm Park, right? So we know the family good, right? For instance, Neil's brother and a couple other man, they had the cab office back in the days, thingy. When they bust the cab office and it was spoke about, like it was put to me to come in with them. But I had other things going on and I was focused on my garage.
Okay.
So, yeah. Hence, the Neil
Link.
and maybe that story, what you just said there.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember something like that. So that could have been the
That could
pathway.
have been, I think that would have been amazing to have that
Like,
69
yeah.
format
That 69
on Choice FM.
That 69 was a very powerful
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Should have been on.
What was you playing at the time? So the 69 was mostly what? What kind of music was you doing?
69 was mainly R&B and rare groove.
And you were known for
Slow jams.
slow jams. And you were known for introducing. I hate the word playing it first because you don't know if you played it first, but you definitely was breaking a lot of those tunes. You know what I mean?
A lot of the Saturday night.
A lot of the Saturday night tunes that would have been played in the dances and our staple of our favourites that we sing along to now.
That is true. Right. With me, credit when's credit's due. And my dad used to have a lyrics. He never had lyrics like my mum though. Trust me. My mum had the lyrics. But he used to say, speak the truth and shame the devil. Yeah? So I speak the truth and shame the devil. Desi did, or should I say back then, he was busting a lot of tunes that weren't really being played or introducing. And another thing about that factor is, as an MC, but I'm not just an MC because I've been in the business in different departments. Someone could come along with a tune and it's a bad tune. I mean, you know when you say a bad tune, and you could play it, or could I just say he could play it, and the people them ain't gonna really respond, right? Credit when credit's due. If Desi come with a tune, and obviously
Desi and Barry,
right.
Yeah.
So you also, it's a team. You got to work with someone who's got it.
So answer me a question. Was there ever a better, badder duo than Desi G and Barry White in the business?
If there's ever been,
Since,
before,
and since.
brother,
That's the quick answer.
yeah,
It's not a yes or no. It's just a yes or no, bro. It's
yeah,
a yes or
I'm
no.
gonna do that. Watch this. I can't. Right, all right. Right. The only brothers that I was close with was obviously Tony Nix and Slim Tim. Yeah, I know. Slim Tim, his name was Nix. All right. Some people might not know that, but they're brothers.
Yeah.
Then you had the brothers from the Brothers sound,
76.
Hippie, and help me out.
That was 76, wasn't it?
No, not 76.
Rambo.
Rambo.
Rambo, yeah, Hippie, right. See, I don't know the thing. When I set the trend. Right. Brothers. All right. So let me stick a pin in that. That was back then. Okay.
You still answer the
Remember I say
question.
things move on, right?
It's a yes or no though, Barry. I mean,
what?
like, you're going long. You're still going long.
I better.
Is it yes or no?
Well, answer that question.
Yeah.
If there's been anybody better, I mean, you're backing me up to answer that question. No, hold on. You don't even have to. No. Watch this. You don't even have to back me up too far because I could answer that question. I'll answer all the questions to my best ability. Right? Right. If there's ever been a better.
I said
If
specifically.
you not throw up some names to me, I could say yes, no, yes, no.
I said to you, I'd better duo, you know.
Oh, duo.
Duo. I said specifically because
I thought you said brothers, as in
No.
as in
like
better
just general,
duo.
Yeah, on the scene.
that did that.
As in like selector, MC combo.
You know you was one of a kind. Just say no.
Come
there
on,
wasn't.
man. Come on, man.
I'll say it
You
for you.
said it.
Duo, better duo.
Just say no and just we can move on.
All right. I'm going to be honest, right? Yeah, have there been a better duo?
Don't worry about the YouTube comments. Just say no.
Just say no, innit? Wow.
All right. Watch this. All right.
I feel the lyrics is going to come out soon.
You lot must be thinking, I'm going to nail him on this one. All right, watch this. When we're talking about duos, there's...
Barry, it's yes
Duos.
or no? It's yes or no, Barry.
No, I'm not. Right, I bet on what? Then Desi G Barry White. Straight
have to say
answer.
no.
Straight answer. No chaser.
I don't care, no.
Right,
Exactly.
I don't care,
That's
no.
what I'm saying.
I don't care, no.
Was there anybody
don't
better
care.
on his own
Having
than
said
Mistri?
that-
Do you know what I mean? Mistri's one of a kind. So you
I
two
would say no.
as a duo, I
When
would
you're
say
talking about duo, I would say no. And here's my reasons for saying that. Because, all right, people will judge you on what you say and try to make up an opinion of you, right? Just because of what's come out your mouth. So I try in life to be bang on point correct. The question, which I took a little bit of time to answer, is because I just wanted to be right. Sometimes, even when you're trying to be right, you're wrong. Because everybody have a different opinion. Duo, no. There will never be, right, a better duo. Moving away from that, and on that note, a duo is two. Right? So I'm not dissing no sound or anything because some sounds got three people. That's not a duo. That's not a duo. Not unless you're calling out Mike Man and Selector as a duo. Right. So when
Yeah, but you
Going
answered
back
that
to your question.
Yeah, but you
Going
answered
back
it.
to your question.
You answered it.
You answered it.
Oh,
It's cool.
okay.
You answered it.
Because I was going to call
We've got
some
another
names.
question, but we got another
I know
question.
you want to lead me there. Go
No,
on.
let's go on to it. So, when was the peak Barry White? And I know we got to go on to
When
latest
was the peak
edition,
Barry White?
and we got to go back onto the Bad Boyz again after. But what years was the peak Barry White?
I can't tell you yet again the year. I can't.
It must have been the 90s, though. It must have been the 90s.
Yeah, it would have been the
What
90s.
tune was that?
All right, let me just simply say this. The peak when I think it was getting a bit too silly, I mean like really silly for me, I was still on... Ooh, no, it wasn't... I nearly said Power... I think it was Power Jam was on.
Yeah, cool. That
It was Power Jam,
that was your
around
zone.
about that time.
Yeah, that was your zone.
But that zone was about.
That zone broke so many musics.
That's about.
I'm sure it was Power Jam.
And it laid the
15, 20 years,
foundation.
though.
Yeah,
It's good
yeah.
15, 20 years.
Right. Answer that question again, I'll fire straight.
When was the peak Barry White?
Right. The peak time for Barry White
Still.
I think the peak was, I'm being honest, when I think I had to be saved. What I mean by that is, something happened in one of the dance them, right? Well, I said to myself, I'm like, whoa, yeah? Mm-hmm. And there's other things that made me say to myself, all right, the new phrase or the phrase nowadays, really? Who's Barry White? That some people will go to that extent, yeah?
But when was the peak? Yeah, when was Barry White?
Barry White was at his peak in the 18th, from 1990
he was taking
upwards.
all medals for everything.
1990 upwards. Untouchable.
Right. I believe it was during the era of, it was latest edition.
Okay, and we're going to come to latest edition. And we're going to come there. One thing I do want to ask you about, because being one of the elite, Mike, man, one of the things that we always get asked about, and I will also mention at this point, I had a conversation with MC Creed, and Creed was up for the 20 years of Garage, and he's one of the icons in the business.
Jungle, yes, yeah.
One of the names that he mentioned to him as one of the names that he looked up to when he was coming through was you. And he used to say about, he used to come in the dances and he used to listen to you and think, yeah, you know what I mean? I just thought I'd have to put that in there so they know the caliber of people, of MCs that looked up to you kind of back in the day, yeah, and went on to create their own history.
But Barry made me change my style. I remember being in a dance and I remember just the women transfixed. And I said, you know what? I can't be talking in this high-pitched voice. I got to try and change my way of, I can't do this, you hear, and all that stuff.
But what I want to do ask you off of that is, one of the things that the Mike and them complain about that time there, and some of the other ones from the other circuits as well. Barry White, Tony Nix. You could never, you lot made, listen, let me just tell the people them, it don't matter what sounds was playing at one time, you know, yeah? As far as anybody knew, it was Touch of Class and Desi G and Barry White or whatever that they were coming from, because you could never get to the mic to get it off of Tony or Barry. Yeah. Do you feel a way about that at all?
What, the fact that
you never passed the mic.
You never made it easy. You never made it easy for the MCs coming through. So we're talking about Hollywoods, we're talking about Dodd, we're talking about MA, like Polito, all the man them that come through, Frankie Beverly, all the man them that come through afterwards.
In the heydays.
Yeah. You never made it easy at all to make it their own. Was that a tactic at the time, or was that just you in your zone? Or was that you, or did you really think at the time, they're not ready yet?
I know exactly what it was. Right. The first thing was, when I got the mic, that's me. I love having the mic in my hand and doing my thing, right? And I do believe I won't say good, because that sounds a little bit too big-headed. I would say at a level, yeah.
No, bro.
I like watching people.
No. Let's normalize this nonsense about you can't say what you are, bro. You were great. There's no. You inspired too many people for the greatness not to be in the conversation when you're talking about Barry White. I don't care where they come from, and it's not. You're not being big-headed. You're still here. You was here. You know you've been here from late 1970s to now, and you're still held up in high esteem by every MC that's on our circuit. So there's no getting away from the fact how great you was. You know what I'm saying to you that. You're on another shelf to us lot. You know what I mean? Like the man them still trying to get on that shelf now. You know what I'm saying to you? So don't just talk it as it is. We're not being around the truth. Like when we talk about set the trend, you set it. So there's no, he might be, you don't set trends by being mediocre. So you can move on now, but I just thought I'd just get that out there. You know what I mean?
Right,
So why didn't you give the man the mic? Why did Hollywood?
because I love the mic in my hand. I watch this. You see
Did
the
you
mic
think they were ready at the time?
Huh?
Did you think that they were ready at the time to take the mic, or do you think that they should have been more demanding to get the mic off of you at the time?
It wasn't even that.
I don't even think Barry.
I just wanted to chat on the mic.
Barry just wouldn't let go of the mic. And between him and Tony, anyway.
Right.
Between him and Tony,
Right.
they had enough lyrics, they had enough entertainment, they had enough conversation to go through the whole night, morning, afternoon, and the next
Can
night.
someone pass me my jacket? No, it's saying it as it is.
Yes,
and it was hard work for others to get the mic because Tony was very demanding, and Tony would.
I remember you lot fighting over the mic sometimes.
Yeah. He got one of my shirt one of the times in a dance. He ripped my shirt. This is because of Tony's just a character in himself, right?
Yeah.
And he used to do some of the things he did. I didn't agree with, but that to some people that made him, right? But Tony loved the mic, and then like the time that I was in this such a class, me and Tony had a very tight relationship. Some people don't know that how tight me and Tony was, right? But me and Tony was tight, right? Back to the mic and what was going on there with the other characters, stroke MC. I'm not gonna lie, some of them weren't ready. So where you going? Where you going? Hold on. You know how long it took me to get where I am, right? When I was cutting my teeth, first of all, I told you, I was shaking. Props. Sorry about this. I'm a very emotional person and deep. Sometimes I need to sort of like loosen up. Props to Ricky Rankin. Everybody know him by that name there.
Yeah.
I bust his proper name in the car and it's gone up my head again. Ricky. It's Rick. Something come Ricky Ricardo. Come on, help me out. You know his name. Help me
Ricky
out.
Rankin, I know him as.
No, Ricky Ricardo. But he'll come back to me anyway.
Yeah.
But Ricky, and I'm going to tell you why. That comes into the sort of like, know where you're coming from, right? And a lot of us use things like that too loosely. You need to remember where you're coming from. And what I mean by that was, when I was cutting my teeth, King Tubby's, Brixton, we used to play a lot. This is Jalox. I've been with so many different sounds. I'm trying to remember what era. It would have been Jalox stroke, Jalox stroke Celoid. When I first pick up the mic, the MC then was Tipper Irie, right? Horseman.
Right, Horseman. Yeah.
Giddy up.
The names will come back to me.
Tenafly?
No, Tenafly is too young.
No,
He was
okay.
too young.
That era of MCs, South London. No disrespect to the rest, but I'm from South London, yeah? I don't know South London. You know that. Come, Freud.
What, we'll go anywhere.
I'm a South London man. Just say you know I'm South, you know.
Before that, and you lot all know the phrase, dance a yard.
Before you dance abroad.
I know you dance a yard and you can dance wicked. Throw it in now.
Before you dance abroad.
No, throw it in now.
What, before you dance abroad?
No. You said you used to be an MC. So me and you got spar like MC now, right? Right? Watch this.
I'm retired though, you know that.
Hollywood wouldn't be happy with that. You should have said, when I said, right, before you dance abroad, yeah, you have to dance a yard.
Yeah.
And after you dance a yard and you're teared on the place, you can
Dance abroad. I'll go anywhere.
We go anywhere.
Right.
Go anywhere. Anywhere.
It's just facts and it makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense. It doesn't make sense you're bigging up your chest and saying that you're the wickedest. Where you been? Where you go? Where you play? right? Them man there, when I was cutting my teeth, they were known, right? I used to tremble just standing up next to them man there, right? All right, at MC, this MC, I'm kind of with, well, I'm going to be doing some work with him in the future, right? I'm sort of like mentoring him. Just talking to him, and it was recently, and he said to me, he came to one of my raves, because I told him to come. He said, Barry, like, he was trembling. I goes, brother, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. And I basically put a verbal arm around him, said EBC to him, right? I'm just trying, I stuck a pin for a reason, because I tried to be correct. Can't be correct all the time. But anyway, it goes like this. Ricky is the only MC, right? I don't care. Respect and props to all the MC them. I'm not talking about East London, West London, North London, right? I'm talking about South London. I'm from South London. So you know what? Talk about what you know and where you come from. Ricky was the only MC that reached out to me. Right? And he said, it's an easy thing. And you say you're an MC, so you'll touch on this. You say you have a good voice, right? And you got a good vibe about you, right?
He said it's
So
just like
he's
that.
now going to tell me what was missing. You ready? What was your MC name? You did have one. All right, I'll stay out of that.
I think we mentioned it before anyway.
Yeah. No, because all of us had a young MC name when he was first coming through. But anyway,
His name was Daddy Banton.
it's like this daddy thing, what's going on? Daddy Mike and Daddy Banter. Anyway, what happened is, Ricky said to me, and the way he spoke was warm, everything about him. He said, you have to ride the rhythm, right? When he said that to me, I didn't know what he's talking about. He said, you have to rock. Listen, that's some of the best advice he ever gave me. Yeah? Because then, starting, we should have stood up on foolishness. And I see some of the MCs doing it now, right?
So what advice would you give, though, to up-and-coming NMC?
The same thing what Ricky said, ride the rhythm. You have to listen.
But don't you think that you talk too much, too?
Huh?
Don't you think that like you talk too much? Because that's a common...
I can answer that question.
That's a common theme that's levied at,
people
at MCs,
say.
especially on our circuit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I can answer that question.
yeah, go on.
Number one, I've always spoke a lot, right? I've always spoke a lot. But here's the reason why I spoke a lot, because I got a lot to speak about, right? I don't sit down. This is where some people get caught up in their trap, right? This is where some people get caught up. And I would say mainly it's those who write their lyrics, because it then gets fixed in your head, right? A certain tune come on, you chuck the same lyrics. You're chucking the same thing, right? Another tune on the part, you go on with the same lyrics again. I don't think that I'm the best, but I do rate MCs who are head top. Like things will just come in there and then just say,
Yeah.
I don't.
I have to argue with you on this point, and I disagree. I think that you should always have some signature lyrics that people
Well, all right.
know. So, no. You know what I'm talking about.
That's
Come
what
on. I do believe it. I mean, as somebody who's influenced by yourself and one or two other MCs in the game, I always feel you should have a signature lyric. My old school signature lyric was "In time we come dance off a rum, back jump, ready to start me at it, champion," and that was my signature.
But he has got. There are some lyrics that Barry used to repeat.
Yeah, but
So-
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. It's all about the mood, right? The mood, what's happening in the place. Also myself as well. Yeah. All right.
Because Cold Steps is doing well out of his
Watch this.
one-liner.
It goes like
There's a
this.
few of them, mate.
Yeah.
You can't take out or away from somebody what is in them. So if that person's good, right, and he was good back then, yeah, it is, for me, wrong to say he's rubbish. Do you know why? For the simple reason is, form is temporary, class is permanent. Right. So I will have people who will be judging me, right? Mainly my colleagues, right? That's first and foremost. But here's the wickedest thing. The wickedest thing is what I just said, yeah? Form is temporary, class is permanent. But for me, and the bigger thing right here, right now, and this is not because I'm in a studio, right? It's just facts, right? The short answer, me good again. And what I mean by that, when I'm on social media, I keep putting reset, right? I've reset myself, yeah? My life, I'm proud of my...
You can take your time, Barry. You can take your time with that.
I'm proud of myself. I'm proud for the life that I'm living. I do believe I'm living a clean life. Yeah. I don't hate nobody. I'm sorry if I upset anybody. I'm going for a period right now.
And these are the
For
conversations.
me, I gotta give everybody their flowers. Yeah. If somebody's good, I'm gonna say they're good. Yeah. If I love somebody, I'm gonna pop off a one call, tell them I love them. Yeah. I've got a friend, right? I think he's still my friend. Right? Right? I think he's got a record shop. When he was ill, I conversed with him on the phone, right? Because he wasn't too good. And I cried. I cried for him, yeah? We should have love for one another. And I'm black and I'm proud of my color, but we're lacking in that. We need to enhance those things. And a brother to lift up a brother and a sister, and vice versa. We don't seem to do it.
So Barry, how much does this spiritual feeling impact your MCing now?
How does it impact it? All right.
And you as a person, like generally, because I think DJs and MCs are seen in a certain light. Once you enter that field, you're kind of categorized as a certain way, and we don't really show these kind of feelings. We don't really have self-reflection like that. And I mean, I think, and that's just not because I don't think we don't do it. It's just the fact that people don't see us do it, and we're meant to be this persona on the mic, innit? And it's this character that we're in. You know what I mean?
Last week, this guy called me, and I thought he was chasing his flights and his tickets. And I said, I ain't calling you about business. I'm just calling to tell you that I respect, I love you, and I know you're gonna do good this year. And it was just like.
But that didn't really go on much in our scene.
No.
Yeah, it never used to happen with the elders.
It didn't.
Is there a reason for that?
For what I said?
No. Why there was no love in our scene like that?
I just don't know.
I think it might have been going on a couple, but it wasn't a case. I think you would more do it to the people them that you would get a booking from. It wasn't like, as Barry might say, he's saying that he might just phone up someone that he's just seen and say, you know what? Go on.
Barry was in the area. I was there, my own, warming up, White Lion. And he just seen him come in. Yeah, just pass through. What do you want to drink? Bought me a drink. I was like, oh. I said, yeah, I'm off now. I went, what? But just the fact that you come in, little Reggie Styles. Little Reggie Styles.
Like, I call it, I get messages or I get told to do things. I believe I'm a vessel. I have said to the Lord that I am a vessel, yeah, and use me, yeah. So I'll just go, and sometimes I honestly think that I've been given messages to contact certain people because they're either feeling low, they need to hear something, right? It's the upliftment.
Everybody needs an upliftment.
Yeah. And I played well that night.
I'll just do it.
I played well that
All
night.
right. Look, it's not me running the show, but let me just tell you like this, right? And I've got to say this. Some people might say that I'm wrong to say that, but you know what? Sorry. You lot are looking at someone who's just got off their sickbed, basically, right? For about 18 months minus two months. So that means I'm 2 months out of it. So anybody who's seen me 2 months, right, ago, going back 18 months, I was like rock bottom, lost weight and everything because I wasn't eating, right? Yes, because of some of the things that's happened in my personal life, yeah? Domino effect, it affected me, right? The word is a breakdown. I had a breakdown. I'm not frightened or shy to say that because we as black people need to talk about certain things. I know this interview is about Barry White. Well, I'm talking about Barry White, son. But certain things have to come into play, right? And one of the first thing I believe someone's got to do is you've got to look at things for what it is. People sort of dilute it and come with another phrase and say it's depression. And that's what I was doing, trying to balance it and work with it until one day I looked and I accepted. I said, I've got a breakdown. So from I know what it is, then I have to deal with it and work with it. How am I going to do that? You know what? I've started reading the Bible, right? I asked God to take care of this, right? And the things that he's done for me, I mean, it's big time amazing. I could turn it from here and say, no more, I'm not doing no more interview. I'm going home, not unless we're talking about God. Because that's my thing.
So Barry, how did that then affect the people then around you that you love? This Barry White who was breaking down and was...
No, I like this interview. And respect, Ray, because you could turn around and switch my card. Right. I wouldn't say I'm a social media freak or nuthead or whatnot, or basically on social media. I do what I do and I come off, right? Obviously, I got to keep an eye on what I'm involved in. You'd be stupid not to. If you're, let's just say, for instance, I'm stabbing in the dark here. Stabbing in the dark. If you've got a record shop or you've got a print firm, you have to see what the rest of them are going with, right? You have to compete and be at the top, yeah? So that's what I did. I was watching how people's perception of me, because I was posting about God, religion, faith, and all these things. The first reaction I felt was, how'd that work? If I was in a dance, he's always in dance and he's drinking and dancing up with girls. No, this brother's not real. And some people come on my
Page.
Yeah, but Barry, how did that affect your loved ones right close to you? This Barry,
my loved ones.
Yeah, this Barry that's going through that, your close family, your wife, how did this affect? Because obviously they're
You mean the
seeing
godly tip?
No, this change, this breakdown that you're going through, because they're seeing you
No,
go through
I've had quite a few. I mean, to be quite honest,
So how do they adjust to you then?
they have to. They just have to roll up their sleeves and get on with it.
How
Accept it.
difficult is that though for them?
Right. I can't speak for them, right?
But their action shows you that.
Because obviously they love you, and they, you know, and they would, but you're
support
probably
you.
not going to
Alright.
be the best.
All right.
It's going to be that person is going to be a difficult person to deal with at the time. No.
Difficult only for the simple reason they don't know what I'm going through, right? Nobody knows what I'm going through, and they're walking in my shoes. I'm a trainers. I'm a sneakers, or whatever. I'm walking into that time. Obviously, my children have seen it growing up. All due respect, when kids reach a certain age, they start turning their head. They're not really. Do you understand? That's how it got. All right, I won't say everyone. That's my get out clause again. Disclaimer. Not gonna lie, my missus had it the hardest because me and her live in the same house. We sleep. Yeah, we do sleep in the same bed all the time. Apart from when we fall asleep on the settings, right? Or here's a good one. Back on the raving. To keep it tight. Or when I come home from a rave and I've parked my car a few doors and I fall asleep in the car with the engine running and she wakes up and she said, I bet he's outside in the car. Because that's happened many times. I don't know why. I will get from A to B and it's like, I'm home. So I just, I fall asleep with the engine on.
How important is it to have a good woman behind you?
It's very important. There's a word What's going on at my head? So my head still. No, I think it's vital because stability. I've got those things written down, right, on the laptop, right? Because when I do my posting, I go deep, proper deep. I'll have one post probably sitting there like for days, right? I'm just that way. I'm deep in that way. But it's important. Like for instance, MC stroke DJs do get a bad name. You know what? At the end of the day, some of them need to look in the mirror because of their actions and the way they carry on.
Yeah, it's a bit like I always compare it to footballers being a DJ and MC. You know, the way that you behave, your actions and stuff like that has a big effect on people around you, and you know, especially people who admire you. Because like, I can't imagine what it's like to be an MC that is adored by so many people, but going through, you know, various other bits and pieces, like you've bravely said. Do you know what I mean? You know, so having that support network.
Oh yeah,
understand that is really crucial.
The word I was looking for, one of the words, coming off quite a few. Grounding.
Right.
Yeah, you got to be grounded. And when you reach a certain stage in life, yeah, you got to be of good example at some stage. If especially where there's kids concerned, right? You can't be living, right, fair enough. It's connected to do with DJing, stroke MC in the business. You do lose your head, and then you get a little bit galaxy out, and you start run. It's like you're walking through a fields and you just pick out the fruits.
There, mate. You're on your own there.
Right?
that was then. This is now.
Exactly. That was. But hold on. Bruv, listen. You see what you just said there? A lot of them still think it should, and they could do it now. Everything's got a time.
Let me ask you a question. We've been doing Set the Trend, what, 3 years, 4 years? We've interviewed so many guests.
Hello? 3 4 years?
Is it 3 years?
Try about 6.
Is it 6 years?
6 years.
You need to get your head sorted. What we do? Book an appointment with me. You know.
We go together. Yeah?
Oh yeah.
We've interviewed so many guests, but none of our guests has brought a picture of their mother.
Of
their mother to the studio. And you brought your pictures of your mum. Why did you feel it was so important to bring those pictures today?
Why? All right. Because I love my mum. Plain and simple, I love my mum.
We all love our mums.
I know we all love our mum, but even though my mum's not around and she's been gone for over 30 years, yeah? I try to maintain the standards and do the things that she'll be proud of. I'm not perfect. I never ever said I'm perfect, but I try to maintain a certain standard, yeah? And that's the basic. Not just for her, for the Heavenly Father. Yeah, I've got to just, and all some of the above what I said, the kids and blah, blah, blah. Because who am I if I can't live a life that, look, I look into things, I'm going to die at one time. And I think this is what I'm about to say, I've got it written down in bits. Or I posted a little bit of it. At the end of the day, we're all living a life, yeah? Whatever we're doing, whatever we're known for, right? One day we're going to be gone, yeah? What is going to be said about that person? What is the legacy you're going to leave behind? Yeah? And I just want to be of good example. End of. In all quarters. In all quarters. Father, grandfather, great-grandfather, yeah? Uncle, yeah? Partner, yeah? As a man.
You missed that one though, you know.
I know I've missed something. But that's just me.
You know I had to check you on that though. You know I had to check you on that.
What did I miss?
You missed that one.
And as an MC.
No, you missed out another one.
What was that?
As a brother.
But I said, all right, go, oh, right. Watch this. Watch it. I'm going to zoom. I'm going to zoom. As a brother, yes. Cool. Brothers.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I can roll with that.
No, you're absolutely... You know what? Big up yourself. I'll tell you why. Because I'm sure, and when I go, I'm going to look to check. Yeah. I think I did in the last 3 days post a little bit of that because I go deep and sometimes I have to bring myself back. And if I did, I'm going to beat myself up for missing out that. Because you see, all you lot here, you lot are my brothers. I don't hate nobody. Yeah? On that note, I won't disclose names, can't do that. I don't do that. I fell out with an MC, right? Okay. When I check myself after, because like we could go off on one, some of us, right? And I regret what happened. And I've fallen out with quite a few MCs. Sorry. Yeah, with a few MCs, stroke, DJ selector, right?
Yeah, there's a few stories there.
The wickedest, yeah, but I don't think we've got enough time to go there. One of the wickedest things is, like I said earlier in the show, I said I giving people their flowers, right? Yeah. Not unless if the person see this now, they must phone me, right? When it goes out. But I could say everyone that I've fallen out with, right? I've apologized for the wrongs that I've done and the part that I played in the fallout. You know why? It takes two to tango, right? Someone might, like when you hear that of an incident, that person, some people would be quick to say, I bet it's him, or whatever. they
calling no names.
They will be quick. It's not like that. It takes two to tango. So how did that person get upset? They need to know the truth in it. And let me leave that little part. What
I'm going to ask you, because we're short on time, but what I'm going to ask you, because we haven't touched on latest edition, that was part of your journey as well. How good was it to be?
Well, latest edition?
Yeah.
Right. All right.
It was
watch this. Right.
Because you was with
it was the best
Superboy
of the best
here, weren't you?
No, you know what I was going to say. You know what I was going to say.
Superboy here, because it was Superboy. Was your name's not Superboy?
Why are you doing that?
No, Legs already told you. Legs, if you
Super Kid. Was it Super Kid?
Super Kid. It was Super Kid. Super Kid was best music. Super Kid. Super Kid here. You wouldn't believe it. So how good was it playing alongside EastEnder than Barry? Because it was you, Jazzy J, EastEnder, Desi, Legs.
Super good.
All right. Like I said, again, I keep... Is that parrot? I used to use that one. Anyway, all right. Latest Edition was formed...
I can fill in the blanks, you know. So.
Yeah, you can fill in the blanks. I know roughly, that is 1 year.
1990.
Yeah. What did you just say?
1990.
1990.
Latest edition.
No, man.
No?
Latest Edition. No, man.
When was it then?
I'm sure Latest Edition was started. It would have been... What did you say? 90? 90? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's right. No, he's bang on. Because I know what happened in 89. and it wasn't... I'm not sure if there were angels that came to me. I.e. Big G.
Yes. Barry Bam.
I can't remember if Legs came. I think Desi came as well. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
How did that work out anyway? I mean, hold on, Barry. How did that? There's 6 of you in there. How much did you lot charge? Because there's a lot of amounts of you there.
I don't know. Right.
Somebody must have. Go on, Super Kid. Come on. Let's hear how much Latest Edition used to charge like back in the day.
You have to ask Barry Bam that question because Barry was slicing some of the
disclaimer. That's not our thoughts. Is it cool?
I didn't say it.
So yeah, there's 6 of you. There's 6 of you in the super sound. And it was called a super sound back in the day because of the amount of talent, the breadth of the talent that you had in there. That money must have been hard to cut at the time, boy.
Right. I've always been in the game for the love of it. Money wasn't the main reason why I was in it and doing what I was doing, because I was earning my money through
through your car, for your own business.
So money didn't really matter. It was just love. For me, it was love. It still is love. You'd have to ask Super Kid.
I think.
He don't want to mention that.
On that note, I don't know what they was doing with the money.
But you lot used to split anyway, didn't you? So you'd get latest edition on the same night, one in East, one in West.
That's what it was. Yes.
And caning the money that way, being greedy. But the talent was there.
No, we call it franchising in the business.
Double booking, club night.
How was your relationship with Jazzy J at the time? Because he was your partner in kind of crime as an MC at that time with them guys.
I'll tell you what, thinking back of those days, I still can't get my head around it, because for the main reason, what Desi G and Barry White was doing before latest edition, to then be in latest edition, and then when they're splitting the set, Desi G and Barry White was split. Which, when I think about it now, it's like, how did that work then? Do you understand? Because we were an entity.
So you might go with...
I was with Legs.
You would go with Legs.
Yeah, I was with Legs.
And Desi would be with Jazzy.
Yes.
Yeah. And Super Kid would be what? He'd be carrying boxes.
He'd be all over the place. I'm not saying that he was loose or anything like that, but he'd be all over the place. No, I think most of the time he was with us. Am I right?
I was with you.
All the time? All the time?
Most of the time.
Most of the time. You didn't like us?
You looked after me.
All right.
The only thing was, I never drank. Yeah. And they kept on coming in. Have some of this. Brandy.
I never done that.
Brandy. Yeah, you did.
All right then.
Yeah, you did.
How long did that last? How long did that journey in latest edition last? Because you again came out of latest edition after a certain amount of time.
One more money.
So at some point it wasn't so much about the love.
The sums never add up. We can make it on our own.
Do you know what? He's probably... it's not even so much problem. My head's not good to keep on lock onto something. He probably could give you fill in the blanks there. But as to why we came out of, or Desi G and Barry White went their own way, the only thing I could say, yet again,
I agree.
I don't even think it was the money thing. I think it was just a progression. Question, was it, and I ain't got the answer, so I'm just saying it, was it a case then that we outgrow being in the latest edition, as in not being big-headed in the word, oh, they'll get too big for latest edition? No. I honestly can't say that is the reason why we came out. I can't.
Just picture this. DJ Legs, myself, Desi G, selectors. None of them wanted to play for like 15, 20 minutes and split the set between the two of us. So they kind of said, someone must have said, you know what? I can do this. I can play.
I can go back to doing what I was doing.
Yeah. It's quite understandable.
Which made sense.
At least it was amicable.
And then that's when it really was the Bad Boyz straight after that, wasn't it? Yeah. And you was doing your thing.
All right, let me sum it up. Yeah. I won't say, so the sound split. The predominant selectors, obviously, was Legs and Desi.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super Kid was coming up on the right. I'm not lying. He was You know, like you watch an horse race and this is coming on the furlong. He was coming.
I was sitting on top of the record boxes, yeah, learning my trade of two
Checking
of the best selectors, yeah.
Somebody gave my mind.
Yeah, that's what I
He
was
was on the
doing.
top of the box, he's checking Giallo.
All that as well. All that as well. He must have said to himself at one point, right, while this, watch this. Listen, he must have been, as you heard, not me, he said he was sitting on the record box watching everything, and he'd say, I want some of that. And that wasn't just the music, he wanted everything.
Barry. We gotta get you back at some point. Because I want to do another MC edition and have you with some of the MCs that you've kind of
Gatekeeping.
well, not gatekeeping. The fact is that he is, and I think I'm right in saying the last of those great traditional MCs for our circuit. Yeah, I'm saying to you.
absolutely.
So we
Still doing it as
What do you
well.
say? Last man standing.
Yeah,
definitely
still
last.
doing it, man.
That's Brownie Rock, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
In the
No, before it finished, because I don't know.
No,
we
we're
got
gonna
the-
finish with you. We still got a few questions to ask.
Go on.
You know what I mean? And this is where we want to get into this.
And I'll keep the answers short. That'll be hard.
So
Go on,
anyway,
go on.
we've got these cards here. The diary of a CEO. We're gonna ask you to draw some cards, and then I'm gonna ask you the question. Yeah, and then you're gonna answer as best as.
Here's
you
a question.
Can. Yeah.
Is there a joker in the back?
No, there's no joke in the black. No joker in the black. No joker in the black.
Right, go on.
pick two.
So just
2.
Yeah, and don't read them.
just hand them
Mummy.
back.
Just hand them straight back to.
Just hand them straight back. You can pick them from anywhere.
Not 1. Some are going out the middle.
This brother.
I used to have a bit of a I used to have a little lyric, a little talk like that one.
I remember.
As an MC, I bet you held on to that one. and one from the end. One from. Is it 2 or 1? 2. Okay.
I've got 2.
Okay.
I've got 2.
Okay.
Oh, Barry.
Barrington,
Yes, sir.
what is your deepest fear?
In general,
In general, what is your deepest fear? What is your most held fear?
nothing.
You fear nobody. You fear no one.
I do fear somebody. God.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
Jump.
There's not much I can say there, is there? When did you fear God? When did you start fearing God?
Right. When did I fear God?
Was it something that drove you to fear God, or did you grow up always fearing God?
I was brought up in the church.
Yeah. So
My
what
mum-
was it about God that you feared? What is that fear?
Deep question.
Look, I might not be bang on word for word because my memory's not 100%. Right, that don't mean saying me mad. But anyway, just forgetful. Anyway, there's a passage in the Bible about fearing God. Yeah, by fearing God, right, He could take you to levels that will supersede or that will exceed your expectation of getting or doing. So I believe I could do anything. I believe I've been messing about, but I believe I can fly. Yeah. I honestly, right, there's a couple man I chat to, right, who close, yeah, but I could go open and whatever. Right this minute now, and it's not trying to give it because of cameras or whatever, I believe I could do anything. So much so, back in the room, kaboom, about why I'm here this evening. I'm going like this, pushing out my chest in the respect. I'm seriously thinking of working with them man, they're like CKP Yeah, on that scene. Not necessarily just CKP. Look, my man had his dance the other day, Smokey, right? When I went to the place, boom, I felt like I was on fire, right? That night when I went there, right? Boom. Me and Legs done a first set. And I was just, that night, let me just say it like this. There's a script. I've been given a script. I call it a blueprint of what's going to happen in my life. Yeah? Barry was good. Him good again. Right? But he's better than back then. Yeah? Right. I was in the first room with Legs. Got there early. Here's something. Some of these other DJ stroke MC, you need to get there early. I was up in Silks from 10:30. There was hardly anybody there. My fun about being in a club from early is, okay, there's nobody here. This is what I don't like about some MCs. They only want to talk on the mic when the dance is firing. They don't want to go there when it's cold to get everything warmed up, right? But when it's hot, everybody want the mic. So that's answering another question you asked me earlier on. Why should I give you the mic after I've drafted, right? To make everybody move up the crowd and give you the mic? You're having a laugh.
At that point, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly agree with you.
But that night, I went in the slow room, or the smaller room, let me call it, because that was where I didn't understand that. That's the only thing.
So you went into the house room. So that was
I went in that
piano
room,
and
go in there, back up on a lot of people that seen me for a long time. They were larging me up. I'm saying, all right, hold it down, because I'm not never one for, yeah, me even there. No, I don't do that, right? I can't remember. Somebody said something. I said, a voice went, go on then. So I picked up the mic and was riding on rhythm up for them style.
Yeah.
Smokey come over to me and Smokey said one or two things to me. CKP said something to me, right? And they said certain things in social media after that, right? And cut to the chase, could I do it? I think I could do anything. I just said that. So if I want to go over something, I can go over something.
You don't think that age would be a barrier? Now, age.
Age? No.
Age what? Age is a number.
Evolution.
Hold on.
Listen, Rat Pack is still going.
This is what I say openly, right? Number one, when they see Barry White, number one, okay, how old is Barry White? Don't watch the beard. Away from that side of thing, all right, you can win a war, right, without having to fight, yeah? I've said to a security, right, one night, I seen him getting busy. I goes, brother, don't watch the grey hair, yeah? Don't make that fool you, right? And I watch him back off. Here the next thing, me not drop off a shape, right? Let me just keep it there, right? So, your question, how long? Until God says so.
Indeed.
Until God says so. Most importantly, if you're still accepted by the public, because the public make you, right? And when they're done with you, you think, oh, sit down, right? Right? In other words, when you're not saying it no more, right? Here's something else I grasp, I hang on to from a long time. And I said to myself, if ever that day come, I'm going to do that. No. I've read or heard the words. I think it was read. Because when you read, it's more deeper than hearing or seeing. That a good artist knows when to leave
the stage.
Hallelujah.
Wow.
You still didn't tell me what you fear in God, but okay. But like,
fear God.
You just fear God?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Last question.
Already? God. Oh yeah, you sound coming back. Let's do it.
When do you feel the most emotionally connected to yourself?
When? He said they can answer that. Right. When I feel the most emotionally, when I talk about God, where it concerns my mum. I cry like a baby when I talk about my mum. She's the biggest loss in my life, and always will be. I'm a big man of 62. My mum's gone out my life from 30 odd years, right? Like, I got a picture there. Today has been an emotional day for me, and thanks to everybody who's involved with this for having me here, right? When I say it's been an emotional day, right? I'm living in in between two places at the minute. We look after Leslie's mum, right? She's at that age. So we bounce between West London and South. I drove all the way from West London this morning and I didn't play no music. That's weird. And I get told off because I play too much music. Right. There's a road we ain't got down. Another day. Hallelujah. I'm so glad that I'm so not glad that it's finished, but I am kind of because I wanted to do some research, right? But yes, when God, my mum, I'm a bit of a freak in the respect that you see when you're not sleeping, I'm awake. For me, and I would say to anybody in the room or anybody who sees this, try it, you might like it, see what it does for you. Like, the name is also the name of a track. The quiet time, is it quiet time of day? Or quiet time to play?
Quiet time to play, Johnny.
They can't even change the lyrics. That's why it's quiet. That moment, round about 2 o'clock, round about 2 and 4 in the morning, I feel spiritually connected. I'll sit down, right, and
it's like typing.
It's like I just open up. My mind just open up. If I take myself, which I have, out of the building, and I've walked the other day from Catford bus garage. I got my cars up that end, yeah? I walked all the way back to Brixton.
Yeah.
And when I tell people, they listen, what you do that for?
Yeah, exactly.
I said,
what you do that for?
Right, I've done that for a reason because I've told you about what I went through a few months before that.
Yeah.
I believe that I'm back, but I believe that I'm better than I was before. So it's all right. How am I going to know? Yeah? I've got to throw this in as well. This goes back to God. When I was on my bed, you can't be dumb. You have to know yourself. Watch this. If you're not really moving about, and you're in the bed, right? You could have sectors could happen, right? Another thing, but that's not going really deep. But your blood circulation, right?
Exercise.
I know about that because I contracted DVT. Yeah, coming back from Jamaica. I blood clot went from here to my calf. Look, me not shy. Look, me leg them cream up. You see how that one's fatter than this one?
Yeah, deep vein thrombosis.
Right, yeah. Having said that, everybody for know themselves. Of lately, I did have it and I used to use it. I said, it is what it is. But sometimes one or two pictures, I said, oh man, I have to do something like that. So I got my ankle weights. Not only that, I got my ankle weights, which I just use on this foot to beef up this one. I don't even know why I'm even doing that because I left it alone, right? And I used to wear the socks to compress my veins. I don't need that. Right, I check God. He said, what do I do? Right? Right? You're good. More to the fact that, where was I?
She was everywhere.
And that's not drink. Me and one of the what you call yourselves again? Not commentators.
Hosts.
Researchers. Let's go with that. I promised I'm not even drinking, right? And that person said, I like that one who don't drink. That's how I like But where was I? I need to get back to where I was going to go.
You was trotting to Brixton.
Huh?
You was trotting to Brixton.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is, okay, if I've come off my sick bed and I'm back, I was given messages, blueprint, blah, blah, blah. this goes back to what Raymond focused on. When this was happening and I was getting these vibes and messages and whatnot, come on, the state that I was in, I weren't really doing anything. I'd go shopping, the missus would coax me out of bed. When I finally got out of bed, we'd go shopping. When I go shopping, I wouldn't come out the car. I wouldn't come out the car. I wouldn't. I've beat myself up so many times because I said to myself, it's not the case of what kind of man you are, right? What you make her lift the bag there by herself. I just wasn't me. I wasn't in control of me. I asked God to take control. To take control of my life and bring me back in. And he's brought me back in. But he hasn't just brought back, he hasn't just, he's brought back a different Barry. He brought back a different Barry, yeah? I've said, I'm not gonna go back into what I've said already because it gossa, yeah? Where it concerns why I'm here, oh really? So much so, I spoke to one of the members in here, and after I come off the phone, I said, it fly in my head, I said, you know what? Boom. Put on a dance with the MC them. Because, you know what? I've had it. No disrespect, some good, some not good. Right? Someone stab me in my back. They're saying, I don't like this. Be truthful. Yes, I respect it. After they probably put me down, I don't like that. If you don't like me, no problem. We can still say hello. It's not a problem. Yeah? But your position's over there, my position's over there, yeah? Stay upon that side, I stay upon that side. And that's just how I am. No,
I think it's great.
All right, there's a brother who probably know, right? Me and him's close, right? Me and him, he's got me a few bookings, right? Personal bookings, right? I teeth his lyric coming, we say, a good lyric that, you know?
What, you're a lyric
No.
Yeah, pirate.
Oh, we go again. really lyrics. Is it? I use it. That's what I'm saying. It's words we know, but sometimes you just jump up my head. No, you Spears. What? Know your place and stay in your lane.
100%.
The first time I hear him say that, I said, am I link with that? I'm teething that one. I'm working with that one. Because I look into the context. It's all about the context. Yeah? And everybody should stay in their lane. You know what I mean? Some people think that they're bigger than the next man. I don't think I'm bigger than no MC. Yeah? They're all good. Yeah? They all got something not to prove. I wrote that down the other day, the proper word, what? Their story to tell. That's one of the words. Story to tell. Do your thing, right? Things get a bit mixed up is when someone thinks that they're bigger or know more than the next person. Everybody has a right to tell their story and do their thing. Let the public judge that. They are the judge. The public are the judge. You as an MC shouldn't be judging the next man and putting him down. Lift him up. If you see something that you could say, brother, you're good enough, but here what? Do this, blah, blah, blah. Not tear him down. And I hate that. I hate that with a passion.
On that note, I think that's a great place to stop it.
No, that's fantastic,
I thought that was a nice place to continue.
But before we finish with you, Barry, where can people get hold of you? IG, Facebook, what's your name on there? So people, if they want to
Respect
connect
for say
with you.
that. What was this?
Super Kid.
No. Yes. No, you're Super Kid. You're Super Kid. Don't try it.
No, that guy here. Then.
Daddy
Manton.
Daddy Raymond. Hold on. This is not no styling out anything or trying to perform or whatever. It's just me. I'd rather you not just bust that drink and everybody in the other glass. Because I love you all. If I'm dead tomorrow, yeah, I ain't going to be here to say it. So I might as well say I love you all, right? And my thing, I have to reiterate and say, me here and now, until the day I die, it's all about giving people their flowers. Because when you die, you can't treasure, you can't experience. Do it now. Say how you feel about your brother, say how you feel about your sister.
100%.
Most importantly, say how you feel about your partner, your missus, right? The person in your life, yeah? Because that matters, that truly matters. I've learned the hard way and I've wasted a lot of years, yeah? So, you know what? whilst I still got life, I'm going to make the most of it, the best of it.
Preach and teach.
And people can find you.
Blues don't know. on social media. I've got a few social media.
Tell us.
Facebook is what I'm usually on most of the time. On Twitter.
As what?
Under what name?
On Facebook as what?
One of them, I can't remember which one. One of them, all Barry White. One is MC Barry White.
Okay.
One's Twitter, one's Instagram, and Facebook.
And you've got an event coming up soon.
But this one? I thought you never asked. This one?
Where is it? Tell us about it. Where is it?
Right, it's at the Mistri.
Read it like you was on Power Jam and you had to read out a flyer.
Oh, you're terrible. Okay.
It's the Easter
Barry White in
affair.
conjunction with Cartier presents
Could be
an
a bloody
Easter
day
affair.
to do that.
Sunday, 31st March 2024 at the Mistri nightclub, 572 to 582 High Road, Wembley, HA02AA. Incidentally, it's part 9. Do I need to carry on? It's part 9.
DJ's on the bill.
What I will throw in quickly, part 9 should have happened just before COVID.
Okay.
I pulled that dance. If this tells anything about me as a person, the reason why I pulled the dance is I would not be able to live with myself if anybody came to that dance and contracted COVID and then they weren't seen again. So I pulled the dance. I also stopped all the events that I was booked out to play on, which was quite a few, right? I pulled everything and that's it. This is 4 years ago, if I'm right.
So what DJ's on that bill?
Well, I had to go in, innit? I had to go in because I haven't done Easter Affair for 4 years, and it was something I loved doing. Do I think it was successful? Hello, it was 9.
I'm sure
it
I
was
asked what
9.
DJ's on that bill.
Right, the DJ. Which DJs? Oh, well, I said to myself, I had to go in with the big boys, right? No disrespect to anybody who's not on it, because I did try and book a few other people. No, they
You
weren't
trying to say that I
available.
wasn't first choice?
Hold on, let me check
I
my
wasn't
phone.
first choice?
No. No, but I got a drink though. I got a drink.
You don't want me to talk the talk.
got a
That's what you
drink.
look like.
I
You
got a
don't look like them
drink.
thing. If I'm gonna draw for a sound, right? I'm gonna talk the truth. Yeah. If I'm gonna draw for my events, if I'm gonna draw for an event, he's in. He's in immediately.
Who are you?
You know why? Why? Because I know the goods that I want, and I know the goods that they can deliver.
Thank you.
No, you got a good
Straight talk.
lineup. Studio Express,
Yeah,
DJ Legs, Sir Alan Brando, Fifth Avenue, Special Touch, Jammers TLI, Fats OHO, and all hosted by Sir Barry White.
Right.
What, you
To
weren't
all the,
you weren't hosting the whole night?
no, man.
He's got his protege coming.
There's 2.
Oh, two.
Okay.
Okay.
There's 2. I'm not going to mention their name. Right? Help me out. Yeah.
Must be Super Kid.
Who was I just speaking to on the phone? All right, go and check. I'm on something else. You saw the name mentioned on this. No disrespect to those who are not on the bill. Like I said, some of them I couldn't get. Some of them just chose to take the booking from somewhere else. Or because, watch this. This is how the industry need to fix up in a sense. Because watch this.
Keep it rolling.
Okay. Right. This I'll talk the talk straight.
That's not
right?
controversial.
No, I'm going to say nothing because no, but everything I say could be controversial because some people might think I'm not real. I'm only doing this to big up myself. I don't have to big up myself.
No, you're doing
Because
this.
no, I don't need to. No,
I
I am what I am.
Yeah, but you're not
I've got
doing
to
this to
say,
big up yourself.
I am
Yeah.
whatever someone perceives me to be.
That's their perception.
That's
yeah.
their.
Yeah.
And you lot still need to bust a drink because I bought it up for a reason. Out of manners and respect and love, I went in the shed. Oh, something led me in the shed. I wasn't going to go in the shed for any reason. That's why I said today's a very spiritual day today.
Just to see.
I'm going to sleep good when I go home. Because what happened is, even the picture, I've never read it like I read it today and I started crying. Yeah? Something said, go in the shed. I'm saying like, for what? But where I'm at right here, right now is, If something come to me, I'll do it. There's a printer, right? I could have easily said, brother, I'll come and get my things then, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. But that's no good. The best thing you could do is put a verbal arm around that person.
It was that Jay. Was that Jay by any chance?
Upliftment.
Just asking.
I've told you already, I can't remember.
Just talk the things. Just talk the things. Just talk the things.
It was incidental. It was.
You're a serial offender.
No, he wasn't. I'll give him his due, he wasn't. Like I said, you know what? We need to, the smallest thing, if a person hear it on the right day, well, should I say the wrong day, where things are not really going good for them, right?
I've been trying.
You just drop a little word to that person, yeah?
It was well appreciated.
Change makes a big difference.
Can I just say before we finish, yeah? This champagne was presented to you on 35 years in the industry. How long ago did it get presented to you?
How long ago did I have that?
Yeah.
It was in the shed, so it must have been
About 10 years.
Wow.
Like 10 years. So this
No,
is
hold on. I'm going to do 40, 45, 46. Not 45, 40.
10 years.
Yeah, it's right about 10 years. Remember, we asked me, I can't remember.
45 years and still going strong and even thinking about going over to garage. My gosh. What a story. Barry.
Oi, I've got to throw this in. I've got to throw this in. It's quick. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Right. I didn't get a chance. One of them's called Bobby Degree. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He's been
Bobby's
out there.
legend.
Bad
Boy MC. Wicked MC.
Thank you.
MC.
Thank you. You know the brother.
Hold on, he's a protege. You say he's a legend.
No, as in like he doesn't have his props.
Look at the phone.
No, but he hasn't bust yet.
Oh, you ain't bust yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the other DJs?
Yeah. I've Bobby Degree's MC'd for me on my sets a couple of times. He's wicked MC.
And he was with Pete Miller.
Wicked, yeah, with Pete. Yeah,
All right.
yeah, that's
So
right.
He's a good MC.
Wicked
So who's
MC.
the other one?
Wicked MC.
The other one, we're getting it now. I'm just checking through my diary. Right, basically, you see the thing about giving people their flowers? I've done that to quite a few MCs, right? Should I come point blank? And I think they've basically shit on me in the respect of the word, know where you're coming from. I've put my arm around you, right? And no, you think you're bigger than me. Let me do the MC dance then. Let me do the MC dance, right? And mash up your career.
He's still got the fire in him though, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's still got the fire. Who's the other one? Les?
It's not connected.
Right, let me do that dance. Okay.
I can't wait for that dance. Barry,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Thank you. We're running out of tape.
Thank God.
Thank you. Thank God too.
Yes.
Thank God too. And can
And mummy.
and thank
She's
mummy
made the
and thank
the
the boss
person.
because she brought you along here as
Hold
well.
on.
So it's good to see
Can
the
I quickly
boss
just
here.
read this other picture, what people can't see? What made me shed tears this morning? Right, it goes like this. To a special mum, I want to say a thank you, mum, for all you've done for me, for your loving care and encouragement to be who I want to be. Thinking of you makes me smile even when we are apart, because you are a beautiful flower in the garden of my heart.
Amen.
Thank you, Barry.
Amen.
And can I thank you for your 45 years plus of history? I mean, that's almost as old as I am. And that,
You're shaving off something. Tell the team.
a little bit, just a little bit.
Leave that one for me. I'm
Just
super
a
kid.
No, but thank you, Barry. Thank you, Leslie, for bringing him along. Barry, thank you. And as I said in the beginning, we don't call you the Godfather for us, for nothing. You've done a lot for the business. You've done a lot for raising the profile of the street sound circuit. You've done a lot for nurturing and giving inspiration to some of the MCs that have come after you. And we thank you because you're still standing here. So we thank you, and we, as I said, we just welcome. We just love your contribution to the circuit. Let's not get him to read anything out.
Don't worry, we'll put a caption name up there.
So
or
thank you,
something.
Barry.
Yeah.
And if anybody ain't giving you flowers, we definitely are
Yeah,
giving
definitely,
you
man.
a
Come
show
on,
full
man.
of flowers. Thank you.
100%. Appreciate
Thank you a
it.
lot, Barry.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Set the Trend podcast.
Another one.
With Sir Barry White, the Godfather.
Throw in the OBE.
OBE, NBA. He's got his
No,
goal
no,
there.
no, no, no.
Mavala then.
That's another thing. What I don't,
OBE.
anything good, I run with it. One Bud entertainer. You know, come with that first, innit?
Watty Jr.
That's right.
Yeah.
Watty Jr.
Yes.
And
Big up
he's
Watty
definitely-
Jr. on that.
And he's definitely, formerly Desi G and Barry White, Barrington White. Thank you, sir, for coming on Set the Trend podcast. Yet another legend.
Wow.
We'll see you next week.
Clock's running out.
Clock's gone. The tape's gone. Tape's gone. We're out of here. Thank you to LTV Production. Thank you to the lads. We'll see you later.
Today,
Bye-bye.
take
Bye.
two.
Bye.
Bless, bless.
Bye. Super Kid 2.